All right, so let's go ahead and step over this line to see what happens to our collection of rows. I'm going to step over that as well. Scroll up a little bit, hover over this collection of rows, and you guys can see the count as 4, which is absolutely right. Correct, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4 rows here. We can expand them and we can drill down into each one. You can see the very first one has title, work, and salary. The next one has software development engineer in test, automation, and $150,000, and so on and so forth for each of the rows. How cool is that? And all I did was just pass in the XPath that we talked about into our find elements method, and that returned me a collection of iWeb elements into this variable. Cool, right? So let me go ahead and just run this through so it closes my browsers and cleans up. And now I have a fun challenge for you guys, which is usually what the problem that people face most of the time. And that is, what is the salary of an SDET, meaning software development engineer and test? What is their salary? If I was to ask you that and then ask you to write code in order to get that salary, how would you do it so that it's dynamic, right? So that if tomorrow the salary changes to $200,000, you'll still get that salary. Or maybe instead of a salary of an SDET, you want a salary of an automation testing architect. Or maybe you want to know the work that an automation testing architect does. It needs to be dynamic like that. Not just finding the value here, but you need to find this value based on this column and this row. Okay? So that is the problem that we're going to solve, and it will basically help us to combine all of the skills that we have learned so far into one final nice project. So let's take a look at this code here. The very first thing that I did was set up a few variables here. I set up a column index, a column counter, a constant called desired column header, right? So this is the column that we want. We want the salary, and then what is the desired value, which is the software development engineer in test. Okay, we want the salary of the software development engineer in test. And now we obviously need a loop, right? We can get a table, get all of the rows, and then based on that, we can figure out where this salary lives and where this lives as well. So let me uncomment this whole loop.